It's often a hidden problem, but 500,000 people in Wales feel lonely, and it's one of the most serious issues facing older people, according to a group of Assembly members. The Health, Social Care and Sport Committee is now calling on the Welsh Government to speed up publication of its plan to tackle the issue before 2019. Plaid Cymru AM Dr Di Lloyd is the committee's chair. He wants to make sure that volunteers also get the money they need.
In terms of Welsh Government, there's a strategy going to appear in 2 years' time, where we'd like that strategy to appear before that, in terms of meaningful progress and meaningful long-term secure funding for all these wonderful charities and third sector organisations that are working in the field.
What's it like to feel lonely, though? We can speak now to Alan Smith, who's a retired NHS worker from near Bridgend, and Alan lost his wife Diane to cancer last year. Good evening. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
That might not be an easy question to answer, but what does it actually feel like when you're in the middle of loneliness?
It can be very depressing. It can be as if there's no way out. Difficult to find where you're going to turn to next to overcome the problem. But there are ways and means, and I know that's the reason why you've asked me to come along here and talk to you. And I don't know whether you want to introduce the factors of what we're going to talk about, or whether you just want me to go on and say about...
No, you talk. We're
right.
really interested in how you actually broke out that side.
So, yes, you've got to get out. I mean, there's two ways you can deal with the bereavement of a close family member, of a partner. You can be in the house, being miserable, feeling, well, why has this happened to me? Or you can get out there and just make the best of your life that you possibly can, that you've got left. And I know that's what Diana would have wanted for me. So since I've lost my wife, I've joined the My Stay Gleeman Male Voice Choir. I've joined Cara Men's Shed, which is a fantastic organisation. It really is. A men's shed, in case you are not aware, is something that started in Australia back in about 2006, I think it was, and it's been exported around the world. It's come to Wales. There's any number of men's sheds in Wales, and in fact there is an organisation, Men's Sheds Cymru, that oversees them all. I belong to the Caira Men's Shed, Caira being a small village just north of my stake.
What is a men's shed?
A men's shed, the way I describe it is, it's a bit like the WI, but it's for men and maybe a whole lot more boisterous. Although I have been told that WIs can be pretty boisterous as well. Sorry to have overspoken you there. What did you say there?
You don't make jam in it, I take it.
We don't do jam or Jerusalem, no.
Right.
We just have great fun, actually. Because, I mean, historically, men used to meet in the pub, but this is somewhere where we all can come together for different projects or interests or whatever that doesn't have to involve alcohol. And in fact, and I brought one of them for each of you, we've done a Caira Men's Shed calendar for 2018.
You're not naked like the WI.
Well, not quite naked, although it is along similar lines. And also, we had a wonderful launch evening up in Caira for the calendar earlier on this year. And because poetry is another thing that I've taken to, I was asked to come up with a piece to give an outline about why we had done the calendar and the thoughts behind it and the fun that we had. So there's a copy of that poem in there for you as well, and I hope you'll enjoy it and think of me each time you look at the calendar through the coming year.
It's interesting you're talking about men's shed, and men used to meet in the pub, but now you have this. You don't have to have alcohol. Is it tougher for men who are lonely? Because women traditionally, through their lives have support groups, they talk to each other, and men don't do that.
They don't. Men tend to bottle it up inside, although I must say that coming together with the men, and we do only meet once a week actually, our men's shed. I know there are other sheds that meet more often than that, but you feel as if, you very quickly build up a friendship and a relationship with all of the guys that come along, and you feel that you're able to talk, because some of those are obviously in the same boat as you are, so they can empathise. There's no embarrassment about talking about it.
We still have this stigma about loneliness, and it's a modern plague. We shouldn't have a stigma.
We shouldn't indeed, because the best thing in this life is close relationships, but also wonderful friendships. Friendships can be so wonderful, whether they're working relationships, friends that you have made over a number of years, maybe school friends that you've kept all the way through your life, or like me with my men's shed friends, there's some really good friends that I've got there. Some of my friends are my best friends now, and all within the last 12 months.
Anna, we heard Di Lloyd there talking about the need for funding to organisations that help people with loneliness to be. They wanted to go on 3-year cycles so the organisations know where they stand. If you didn't have Menshed there, how difficult would it have been for you? I know it's a hypothetical scenario, but try.
Yes, I mean, certainly if I didn't have my men's shed up in Cairo to go to and look forward to once a week, yeah, there would be quite a big hole left in my social week, should I say, because it is great fun, it does mean a lot, but also, as I've said, you're able to communicate with the guys that know exactly how you're feeling, and it's just such a wonderful organisation to belong to be quite
Well,
honest.
imagine it's something in your diary. You know, if you're retired, you don't have to go to work anymore if you haven't got a partner. So days can drift into each other, I imagine.
Oh, they can. Yes, days, weeks, months, even all merge into one another. So, no, when you've got something to look forward to like this. So I've got choir practice twice a week, which is up in my stag as well. So that's great. I look forward to that because singing I love. But then also the men's shed on a Friday afternoon is absolutely wonderful.
If there's somebody listening to this suffering from loneliness, what would be your advice to them, male or female?
Yes, male or female. Don't keep everything bottled up and inside yourself. You've got to take that first step, and only you can do that first step. You've got to get out there, talk with family members about what might be available, look in the local press, see what's on in what's on, and get out there and meet people, because as I used to tell Diana actually, because she was always a little bit reticent about meeting people for the first time, where I've always loved that. I would tell her, even your best friend, you didn't know them until the first time you met them, and it's just wonderful to meet people.
It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much
Thank you so
indeed
much. It's
for
been
coming
so
in.
wonderful to come in and meet the two of you as well.
Thank
and
you.
your calendar each for you.
Well, I
Thank
can't wait
you.
to see the calendar. Thank you, Alan. That's Alan Smith.
And we quite like each other, actually, even though we tease each other. He's my mate.
Do we? No, of course we do.
He's Derek with the weather.
You mightn't like me after this forecast. If you're in the shed over the next few days meeting friends, then, well, you will need to wrap up Warbley because it is going to stay cold, and there will be some snow to watch out for as well. In the next 24 hours, a few centimetres of snow in places, more on the high ground. Parts of Mid and North Wales likely to be worst hit. Expect some travel disruption. Having said all that, a few places will get away with little or no snow at all. For tonight, a few clear spells, but wintry showers, hail, sleet and snow showers will become more widespread and colder than last night. Temperatures around 10 degrees lower with icy patches. And we are in for a cold and windy day tomorrow. Further hail, sleet and snow showers. The snow will settle and accumulate, particularly in parts of Mid and North Wales and on higher ground. The southwest of the country are drier with some sunshine in Pembrokeshire. Cold everywhere, temperatures lower than today, only 2 to 5 Celsius with a biting northwesterly wind. Less windy on Saturday, but still cold. A few wintry showers, some dry, bright weather and sunshine as well. Sunday's a bit more complicated, some heavy rain. There's also the potential for a period of snow for Mid and North Wales with a warning in force.
Don't like you. Thanks, Derek. That's the weather. And that was Good Evening Wales, back at 4 o'clock here on BBC Radio Wales tomorrow. Quick headline for you. Swansea is waiting to learn if it's been named as the UK City of Culture for 2021. And Palestinians have clashed with Israeli police in the occupied West Bank after the US recognised Jerusalem as Israel's capital.
That's it from us for Good Evening Wales. Thank you for your company this evening. We'll be back with you at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Coming up next, though, here on BBC Radio Wales, it's John Gower telling tales.